All right, so this is the, like I said, this is an L96 6-liter. And we weren't going to tear into this thing just yet, but I think we are going to put it up on a stand and just get the heads off it, and maybe take the bottom end off it, just to see how much water it really did ingest, because I don't want to leave it with the cylinders full of water. I mean, it could be a year until we tear into this thing and start putting a motor together, and I just hate to see the cylinder walls get ruined. We had that happen with another motor that we knew ingested water, and by the time we took it apart it was junk. So the game plan tonight is to just get this thing on a stand and tear it down, see what's bent. That way we can make a list, parts list of what we need. If there's a bunch of bent rods, maybe we'll upgrade the bottom end. If it's just one or two, maybe we'll just put factory stuff back in it. I know these things are pretty good on boost, so I'm not really too worried about the bottom end. We're not going to be looking to make a ton of power, just enough for a fun street car, part-time road course duties, so nothing crazy. We're not trying to light the world on fire. So we'll do that. We'll get it on this Harbor Freight stand and go from there. So I think the first thing we're going to do before we tear this thing, well, put it on the engine stand, is get this back cover off, because that won't really be accessible while it's on the stand. But you can tell, look at this motor, it's got incredibly low mileage on it. It just looks brand new compared to the other one, especially being up here in New England. Usually they just rot out, but there's really not a whole lot of just surface rust on it, which is cool. So this is a Generation 4 6-liter. So it's got the displacement on demand. So it's got the oil manifold on top. Actually, you know what? I stand corrected. This motor does not have displacement on demand. It just has the block-off plate up here with the oil pressure pickup in the back, but it does have variable cam timing, which we're not sure if we're going to leave it this way or delete it. We'll probably leave it this way and just run a factory ECU. I don't know. We kind of plan on trying to tune it ourselves. We've never tuned a motor before, but I think I would kind of rather leave it with variable cam timing, because then you can have a smoother idle and still have the more aggressive cam on the top end and give you a little more power. So I don't know, it's still up in the air. Main thing right now today is just finding out how badly damaged it got when it sucked in the water. So we'll pull the I guess we'll pull that oil manifold cover, or whatever that is, the valve, the valley cover up the top. Pull the valve covers off it, take the heads off it, and see what we can see. Nice roller rockers from the factory. You definitely don't want to mix up these rocker arms we're actually just, I'll show you what he did over there, but we took the, unbolted all the rockers. You see these ones are offset. That's a straight, that's an offset, that's a straight. I mean, it'd be hard to, if you put it together, you'd know if you did it wrong. But just to keep everything where it, in the same spot it came from, we're just gonna loosen up all of these. And there's this aluminum bar on the bottom that they all attach to. So we'll take the whole bar off with the rocker arms, that way everything stays together. And you know where everything came from. Look at this tray. They're all together on that bar. Typically, if you're taking an engine apart and putting it back together with the original parts, it's kind of a best practice to put everything back where it came from, because everything's created a wear pattern. Moment of truth. See what's under this head. That corner came out, or is that water? That's corn. Ooh. I guess it sucked in some water, huh? Jeez. That didn't take long. Oh, man. That wasn't that long ago.
No.
Like, it's not like this motor's been sitting apart, sitting on a shelf somewhere forever. This happened like a month ago. God. Guess we'll see what the other bank looks like. It's actually way worse than I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's not that bad. That cylinder's definitely not in a good place. But guess we'll pull the other head off. Then we'll turn it over and see See if there's any rods that are obviously bent. We'll obviously pull the bottom end apart. This thing's whole good. The whole motor's gonna come down at this point. Head number 2. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now you did it. Oh. This side's just as bad. Man. I'm really happy we pulled this thing apart tonight.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, I guess we'll spray some oil in there just to help it out a little bit. Let me grab a rag to wipe this crap out of here. That is no good. And that's why we wanted to pull it apart tonight, because that part of the cylinder is obviously never exposed to water. It's just exposed to oil and combustion. So if you get actual water in there, that happens. It corrodes. Yeah. Man. Makes you wonder what the inside of those flood cars look like. Those guys that I enjoy watching them, but man, they'll take a flood car with a seized engine and they'll get it running again. And I mean, this is a flood engine right here. That's what the inside looks like. So what we'll do now, see how this cylinder's at top dead center. It's almost flush with the top of the deck. So we'll just roll it over and see which rods are obviously bent, just for curiosity. I mean, obviously we're gonna tear this thing down and we'll know for sure, but I don't think we're gonna pull the pan off it tonight.
Oh boy. I'm not moving on this side either.
Oh no. That should be moving. Oh, what if the crankshaft broke?
Yeah.
Oh.
Stay tuned.
So I thought we scored a 6 liter. Well, we still have a 6 liter. It's just a hurt 6 liter. I guess that, I don't know. We talked about upgrading the bottom end. I guess that seals the deal. We're upgrading the bottom end because I think we have a broken crankshaft. That's not good at all. Oh.
I just want to take it off now.
Let's do it. So we weren't gonna do it tonight, but we'll pull the You want to just pull the? You want to just flip it and pull the oil pan off it?
Yeah, I just want to.
Just to see.
It's going to hit the ground when I roll it.
All right, we're gonna pull the freeze plugs. Are there not freeze plugs? Are there any drains in the block? Don't see any. What's that? So we can pull that.
I think you put this on there, Johnny, and catch your look.
Yeah, I think we're gonna roll it and pull the pan just to see how badly this thing's damaged. See if it's worth going any further. I mean, this can just be bored and cleaned up and whatever else, but the million-dollar question is, did the block get damaged when the crank broke? Well, we suspect the crank broke. So yeah, we'll pull the oil pan off and see what happened on the bottom end. we got pieces. I don't know what this is pieces of.
Oh Jesus, look at that.
Oh no. We got pieces.
Oh yeah. Broke the connecting rod.
Ugh. Some parts tried to escape.
Huh?
Oh, maybe it didn't break the block then. The crankshaft. Looks like you just broke a couple rods. Okay. Alright. It's not as bad as I thought it was. It's not a broken crankshaft.
No. Doesn't look like it did much surprising. It doesn't look like it beat up anything in there. It's real surprising.
I thought it was going to be pretty catastrophic. Yeah, the block actually looks alright. Actually, can I see that for a second? I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a crack in the cylinder wall or if it's just a scratch. I think it's just a scratch.
Those aren't happy. That was bound up there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's junk.
Yep.
It's junk. Smash the bottom of the cylinder wall off right there. There's cracks all going through the cylinder wall. I mean, the piston doesn't go down that low, I don't think.
Well, you see, here it is on this side.
Oh, it does. It goes that low. Yeah. Crap. So we drove the pistons out just to see, get a better look at it. You see the pistons are just trash. Just snapped the connecting rods. This piston's shaped like an oval now. Those rods just jammed in there. And then I'll take some pictures to get you a better look, but shine a light in there. You can see right there the part of the block that got smashed out, probably by the connecting rod. If you look closely, you can also see the camshaft got whacked, so it needs a cam. So I don't know. The rings don't go down that far. I guess it depends on if the block cracked further up into the cylinder bore. I don't know. We've never really dealt with a broken block before, so there may be a chance for some life in this thing yet. Make some phone calls, talk to some engine guys. I guess ultimately we'll just have to tear it down and have it. What do they do? That magna fluxed. Check for cracks. Get a couple opinions on it. Maybe we'll bring it over to Nat. See what Nat says.
Now throws out.
Nat used to build our race motors, so he probably wouldn't like that. But I don't know. We'll see. To be continued, I guess. We'll make some phone calls and see if it's worth even tearing this down any further, or if we just throw it in the back of the truck and bring it to the scrapyard. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys dealt with anything like this? Dealt with any cracked blocks? Does that look salvageable? I'm sure the drag racing world knows a lot more about this stuff than we do. The circle track stuff, we didn't lose a lot of engines, and it was all crate motor stuff, all sealed motor stuff, so we never even dealt with it. It just came out and went to the engine builder. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll make some phone calls and give you an update.